Hello everyone to another episode of Fruits of Grisaia. Enough talking, let us investigate Yumiko some more. So, mind if I ask you something? Do you seriously intend to humiliate me even further? As I follow a few steps behind her, Sakaki answers my question with her own, her voice hard with an attempt at intimidation. I'm not looking to tease you or look down on you, it really is just a question. Fine, then make it brief. Did you know everybody had a late night gathering in the lobby 2 days ago? I suppose so. So she was aware of it after all. If you knew about it, why didn't you join in? From what the others told me, you don't particularly dislike that sort of event. If me being there made it awkward to join in, could you say why? I need to know before I can try to correct my behavior. I'm clearly an alien existence in the school, much less the dorm, and I intend to trample on the native people's territorial rights or the dignity of their culture. Not that I plan to be particularly submissive either, but still, as much as possible I'd like to aim for peaceful coexistence, meaning I need to understand the boundaries I shouldn't cross. For that reason, I want to know why Sakaki absented herself the other day, especially if it's connected with me in some way. It's not that there is anything you need to correct. Okay, in that case, why? In response to my question, she hesitates for a moment. Rather than being uncomfortable speaking her feelings to me, I get the sense that she's reluctant to admit the truth to herself. After a sense about 20 seconds, Sakaki finally speaks up. I hate scary stories. They're all unexpected words. What you say just now? You don't have to look that surprised. Apparently my face is easy to read, as Sakaki approaches me with a resentful expression. Like you said, I don't dislike gathering there, but just leave it alone. Everyone has things they don't enjoy. Judging from the way she gets scared by the sound of a sing denting and the dramatic success of the prank yesterday, I did gather she was her standard scaredy cat, but it just feels good hearing her actually come out and admit it. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It just seems a little out of character. Let me take my earlier words back. I found something for you to change about yourself. What? That insensitivity. How about being a little considerate once in a while? After Sakaki speaks those words, she makes a beeline towards the school building, without stopping or looking back again. From her dignified bearing, there is not the slightest hint of the pursuit she wreaked at prank. Guess I should just leave this alone from now on. As the first step towards amending my apparent insensitivity, I decide to refrain from teasing her further. At any rate, through this incident, I discovered that even the stone-faced theater woman has her cute side. I cannot speak still, bloody hell. School dormitory. Imprinting. Newborn chicks identify the first thing they see as their parent. The term refers to a sort of rapidly formed, durable conviction. Today, almost anyone you ask will have heard something about the phenomenon, but fear know that imprinting isn't limited to the animal kingdom, but also occurs among humans, even average female students. This particular discovery is the product of my own recent experience. Ah, good evening, Kazami-san. Yeah. When I leave my room, I find Sachi heading towards the second floor with a deck brush and bucket. Is this a set cleaning time for the dorm? No, there is no such schedule. Then why are you carrying a bucket and deck brush? Ah, yes, I just been planning to give the grand bath a quick scrubbing. If I remember correctly, you told me a contractor comes in to clean the bathroom. Yes, that's true, but the contractor said it's not like we're here every day, so please take care of the daily maintenance. So, start cleaning on your own initiative? Yes, when I have the time, Michiru-sama and I help out as well. So it's not as troublesome as it sounds. I guess that's sort of a class rep-esque, but more importantly, intending to clean in that outfit. Yes, as wear a maid uniform when you can was everyone's wish. When you can, huh? Considering the vagueness of those words, I'm a little concerned about how she's interpreting them. So then you go, what do you usually wear? A maid uniform? How about when you're studying in your room? A maid uniform? When you're in the bath? Naked as a jaybird. When you're sleeping? A maid uniform? I get the picture. Basically, she's in a maid uniform pretty much every moment she's not in school. No wonder if the principal said she wears them more often than not. But wearing a service uniform even when you're sleeping is a little... Wait, don't tell me you don't have any other clothes. I do. So what, do you really just enjoy wearing that uniform? I wonder, at first I simply thought of them as clothes like any other. But when you look closely, the frills here and there are quite cute. The more the time you spend in one, the more you can appreciate why these uniforms have stood the test of time. So basically she likes the clothes themselves. In that case, Sacha, let me give you my opinion on your style. Certainly. Fundamentally, men are simple creatures. Rather than clothes with a narrow appeal like a maid uniform, we prefer a simple, straightforward, erotic look. In other words, naked as a jaybird? That's a bit extreme. Also, it takes time and effort to change the appearance of your body itself. So then underwear. Right. For example, I'd imagine you're wearing modest underwear appropriate for a student. But what do you think would happen if you, the class rep, flashed around a peek at unexpectedly adult lingerie? What would happen? The momentarily glimpse of your unpredictability would dramatically shift the people perceive you. I see, the scales have fallen from my eyes. In conclusion, underwear isn't something you hide, it's something you show off. Keep that in mind. I see, underwear isn't something you hide, it's something you show off. Underwear isn't something you hide, it's something you show off. But if you go past the casual level with this, it will backfire on you. Do it in moderation. Well, that should be common sense, but... Yes, I'll keep this in mind. Alright, I think I get my point across. Yes, I understand. With those words, Sachi headed to the second floor. At the time, I had forgotten something very important. At this school, there are students for whom common sense doesn't always apply.
Good morning, Yuji.
Yeah. When I entered the classroom, I exchanged greetings with Michiru as usual the first arrived. Next up, Sakaki raised, taciturn as usual. Morning, everyone! Jumbo! The energetic Cicada sisters follow. Sachi? Sachi? No. Good morning, everyone. And finally, Sachi in her underwear. Her underwear? What? Okay, the face Yumiko is making is fucking perfect. The four others freeze up at the unexpected spectacle. Sacchan, get changed into this right now. This is a priority request. Going to the census, someone grabs a maid uniform from Sachi's locker and throws it over to her. Ah, yes, as requested, I will now get changed. You need to announce that, hurry up! Yes. I finished dressing myself. Sheesh. Once Sachi's on the spot changing his complete, Amane says in relief.
What in the heck, Sachi? That wasn't on the level of... Yeah, oopsie, I forgot my bra, you know?
Oh, well, today I thought I would try the underwear look.
Why?
Yesterday I was taught that underwear isn't something you hide, it's something you show.
What?
Sachi's reply is a word for a word repetition of my advice from yesterday. Although that's admirable anyway, it seems the warning I did at the end went one ear and the other. And these withering glances of scorn aren't exactly comfortable either. Sorry, but my proclivities are pretty normal. I'm not going to get off no matter how much you glare at me.
Who the hell was trying to get you off?
Could have sworn.
I'm dying to know how you misunderstood the situation this badly.
Okay, we all know there's only one person in this school who'd get anything out of telling Sachi like that.
Then Oni-chan is the criminal?
You're the worst. With Amane's words, the other two turned their gliders on me as well. Well, Yuji-kun, just curious, but might you have said something to Sacchan yesterday? I did tell Sachi that underwear is more popular among the male population compared to a maid uniform. I don't mean to demand that she comes to school wearing nothing else.
Even I mean it that way. If Sachi took it that way, it's the same thing.
So this works on the same tier as schoolyard bullying?
It's not like you're dealing with a man here, Sachi's a pure girl.
What is that supposed to mean exactly?
Ah, sorry, just figure of speech.
I don't think that makes it any less insulting. These two clearly aren't getting anywhere, so let me explain this to you myself. Please. Kamine-san is, how should I put this, not the most flexible person. Frankly, she's diligent to the point of stupidity. So much so that she'd hear, wear a maid uniform when you can, and then wear nothing else for the next day on.
Right. Hey, what do you know about that?
She told me herself the day I transferred in. Sachi converts my words silently. Well, I was actually amazed you hadn't asked us about it yet.
Ditto. Anyway, the point is that Sachi's innocent. She's pure white. I'm pretty sure I already told you this back when we were discussing the Swiss Army knife, but if you say kind of stuff in front of Sachi, like certain someone once did, you end up crying in the end.
True, it's pretty lame the way she keeps calling you Michiru-sama.
Don't just blurt out the thing, I'm kind of even inside.
I thought she was indirectly asking for the follow-up, but it seems she actually thought she was being vague.
What else? One time she tried to take swing class in a maid uniform.
And there was that incident where she suspended herself by her own intent to clean the outside wall of the dormitory. She sounds unusually athletic for a class rep. The class rep can be picky about her work. Well, I don't think many class reps would try to swim in their clothes, let them try to rappel off a roof.
Anyway, that's how it is, so don't get feeling such any more nonsense.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. And as for you, Komine-san, you're a girl, so I think you should be a little more concerned with your modesty. Yes, always extremely difficult to comprehend the appropriate boundaries. I'll do my utmost.
Alright then, now that I've beaten Yuji into silence, let's get ready for the first lesson.
Was there anything like that in the conversation just now?
It's kinda to leave that unsaid, you know?
Komine-san has some surprisingly adult underwear, doesn't she? Apparently finished with their warnings and advice, Vera makes some such returns to their respective seats. I'm sorry, Kazami-san, everyone got angry at you because of me. No, nothing to apologize for. I don't feel I worded my advice that well, and I'm impressed by your willingness to put your body on the line. Thank you very much. So this time I'll think I'll teach you about how to casually emphasize your underwear. There is such a method? I feel the scales ready to fall from my eyes once again.
Oh my god, you don't listen to what people tell you!
They say that for a parent birth, raising one chick to adulthood is the work of a lifetime, but for a transfer student, making friends with a classmate of the opposite sex is pretty rough in its own way. On dark nights, it's not uncommon to mistake foliage swaying in the wind for the movements of a sinister human form. If you're alert, you'll understand threshold that it's just an illusion, but your senses feed off the instinctive twinge of terror, transforming the lasting leaves into the whisperings of a demon. To the shrub or tree in question, this quirk of the human mind must be irritating. They mind their own business, spend their days earnestly assimilating carbon dioxide into ligneous tissue, and this is the thanks they get. But the plants don't get the worst of it. There is nothing quite as obnoxious as the way people push misconceptions onto their animals. All too often pets are treated more like receptacles for the selfish delusions of human beings than companions. But if I repeated the words and gain the ability to speak, I'm sure their owners are trying to hear their thoughts, but sometimes ignorance is bliss. It's difficult enough to come to a real understanding between fellow humans. How much harder would that be when one party is an animal, believing in the fantasy that the pets love us back, must be more pleasant than facing the reality.
Hey, stop, not that way, hey.
Another thick voice out of place in the peaceful sunshine. In the past, Japan relied heavily on row housing apartments with thin walls and noisy neighbors. Having sex in your own home could be surprisingly awkward. As a result, ancient, specialized couples sprang up and eventually developed into famous love hotels, and modern housing circumstances usually allow for much greater privacy at home. In conclusion, having sex outdoors in this day and age is less likely an attempt at consideration towards your neighbors, more like an attempt to get an additional thrill. You got a pervert. No, don't lick me there. Normally I'm not in the habit of criticizing other people's fetishes, but fucking al fresco carries far higher risk than an amateur might expect. Simply brush your exposed genitals against the ground, and you'll pick up all sorts of bacteria. Do you have any idea how dangerous unsanitary sex under such conditions is? And yet these idiots get themselves around frolicking about in some park or mountain. Before long, they're screwing without even a moment's consideration for their own health. Very dangerous thinking. Truly deplorable. No, I don't have the slightest idea who might be fornicating here. I should tell them off for their own good. Hey, idiots, did you put down a blanket at least? Huh? I've been expecting a half-naked couple, tangled together, so I'm surprised to find Matsushima Michiru all by herself. I think she'd be brazenly pleasuring herself in broad daylight. She must be even more starved for a thrill than I imagined. This girl is a genuine pervert. I see. So you weren't a mere tsundere after all. You were in fact a sexually frustrated, perverted tsundere. This is thumbnail material. Is it clickbait? Technically. Do I care? Maybe. My moral compass shall suffer.
Hey, are you calling a pervert?
I'm actually relieved in a way. Might be twisted, but at least you found a path to follow. Keep at it.
Don't put your hands on my shoulders and smile and get it. What's twisted, my neck?
No, your head seems to be on relatively straight today.
It's always on straight, jerk.
Listen, I'm telling you that I have respect for your deviant spirit. You're a first-class pervert.
Appearing out of nowhere and calling me a pervert, isn't that a little rude?
That said, comforting yourself outdoors, without a thought for your surroundings, I think you might have crossed a line or two.
Comforting? I'm not really depressed or anything. Anyway, I'm not a pervert. Not that it's any of your business, stupid.
I was pretty sure Michiru had been pleasuring herself, but from this reaction it seems I may have been mistaken. Of course there's a good possibility she's deceiving me out of sheer embarrassment, but I'm kind enough I'm a kind enough human being to sympathetically pretend otherwise. I see, sorry. Well, either way, I'll pretend not to have seen this.
Why would you do that?
Alright, let's say it was a rehearsal for a play. A play in which you're attacked by a hoodlum. Your mouth keeps saying no, but your body says yes. Sound about right?
There's no way I'd do something like that.
Okay, so your body keeps saying yes, but your mouth says no?
That's the exact same thing. If someone attacked me, I just say no across the board.
What? Is that Tsundere supposed to accept rape with a grim resolve? What the fuck, Yuji?
Of course, now how do you even come up with a crazy interpretation?
Well, I'd heard that a tsundere is a woman who says no when she means yes.
You talk like a dirty old man. When a girl says no, she almost always means it, you know? And the guy does not get to decide otherwise.
I see, the tsundere is more complex than I thought.
Right, it's complex, but I'm a natural-born tsundere. It's all a piece of cake to me.
Piece of cake, huh?
Piece of cake.
Boom.
Boom.
By the way, what's that black bushy thing you got hidden back there?
What? But I get rid of it.
Get rid of it? Look to your left. This time Michiru seems to have misunderstood something, so I put it to the side. There's some sort of black lump of hair partially visible.
Yeah, right. It's a real problem. This guy followed me all the way home. Meow. Seems to like me. I don't know what to do.
The lump of fur stretches grandly, revealing its identity. It was in fact a small black cat. The black cat curls around Michiru's legs, purring loudly. Unlike your average rodent house cat, it's a bit scrawny and its hair is dirty and shaggy. Did I follow you? It looks more like you carried him here.
What makes you say that?
Cats don't follow people around unless they're very used to human company. I can't imagine an animal that's careless enough to casually follow some random blunt around would survive long in the wild.
He followed me home, it's true.
You bribe it with food?
Nuh-uh.
In that case, maybe it followed you instinctually. Maturity might be a factor.
Hold on just 1 second. Who's the immature one supposed to be?
Sakaki.
Sakaki, huh? So anyway, I thought I should put this guy back where he came from. It's like I keep you in the room, right? You will help me out, of course.
No.
What?
Why do I have to play house with you? Let yourself.
Look, didn't I know they ever teach you to be nice to girls?
Anybody? Like who?
Somebody, that's who. Who cares who? Fine, I'll say it. I'll tell you myself right now. Be nice to girls.
No.
What? Are you for real? Come on.
You can't let a single cat in your own. There's nothing for me to help with. If you were in serious trouble, I'd lend a hand, but you shouldn't rely on others for every little thing.
You're cold as ice. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Baboon.
Baboon.
What is this lobotomy? I said, what? Huh? Huh? What the hell? Alright then, you put that thing back where you found it. Bye.
Hold it. Is it, you know, what I have to say? Not even the tiniest bit of kindness.
You're all hopeless. Very well, in recognition of your empty head, loose morals and general incompetence, I'll give you a hint.
Thanks.
Are you aware that cats hate certain scents? Citrus in particular. If there's something like that, it'll drive you home in no time.
Yeah, I've heard that, but what should I... my shampoo is grapefruit scent.
That's it, in other words, your tails are soaked with cat repellent. If you dangle them in front of the vile black feline, there's no uphill flee. Alright, this mission is designated the Battle of the Bulge, Cat Edition. Engage the enemy at once.
Huh? How do I do that? He's not vile.
As of this moment, I'm designated the plastic ornament on the right side of your head, Alpha, and the plastic ornament on the left, Bravo. First, get Alpha in front of the cat.
But plastic ornament?
Shut up and move! Alpha forward! Attack!
Attacking! Attacking like this?
Yes, right face. Push! Now quickly rotate support unit Bravo to the front, Alpha take rear guard. Good, the target's losing his will to fight. Finish on with Charlie.
Wait, what? Who's this Charlie all of a sudden?
The dust sticking up out of her head. Obviously, begin vibrating it at once.
This is Charlie. Yeah!
With feeling!
Meow! Is he on me?
Yes, indeed.
Hey, you have anything to say about this?
Unless it's complete. Abnormal perspiration, animal on head, eyes like a red fish. They have 3 points to conclude my observation.
No, that's not what I meant. I would apologize for making things you know it's why it turned out like this.
Because your head looked comfortable?
That's not what I'm asking. Forget about driving me off. He's actually getting friendlier.
True, the operation has failed. Retreat!
Don't friggin' retreat. Take responsibility.
Good. You're hard to please because I have to bring out my trump card. Hold your current position. I'll go get a bucket and water.
Wait a second. What did you just say?
I'm getting a bucket and water.
Why? Why would you do that? How can you even say such a thing?
Frontwing, did you think I was going to dump water on the cat?
Huh? Then what are you going to do?
Sit on the bucket, drink the water, and take a break.
Why are you sucking off all of a sudden a water break? Are you stupid?
Did you just make light of water breaks? You maggot, are you underestimating the horrors of dehydration? By the time your body is asking for water, it's already too late. Regular, moderate fluid intake is absolutely crucial.
No, I know that. That's not why I was calling stupid, so don't get all worked up.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't help myself. But I'll be getting a bucket, so stand by.
Screw standing by. Hurry up and do something about this. I don't want to get a reputation as a cat lady. Meow.
The shoe fits.
Shut up.
No, seriously, it seems to have taken to you quite a bit. If you want to drive it on, maybe spraying water on it really is the best option. We'll leave the cat adventures for next time. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Press like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.